morning, everyone. So in today's session, let us finish the remaining important SAQs, and Monday onwards, we will go with the VSAQs. All important VSAQs we will discuss. So in today's session, I'm going to complete three important SAQs, that is label diagram of TS of spinal cord, and even diagram of pelvic girdle, which you got in your recent IP exam, whatever happened, and structure of synovial joint with the help of a label diagram. So these three questions we are going to discuss today. So in that first question, let us go with diagram of spinal cord. So transfer section of spinal cord. So important SAQs from the neural control and coordination and musculoskeletal system. So first one, TS of spinal cord. So TS of spinal cord, transfer section of spinal cord. So in this spinal cord transfer section, how you are supposed to draw. So you can see step by step. So first of all, you need to bring the shape of the particular structure. And you know that inside the central canal will be present, where the central canal of the spinal cord, the central canal of the spinal cord will be butterfly shaped inside. So TS of spinal cord. You know that spinal cord is a part of central nervous system, that which continues from medulla oblongata through foramen of magnum. So here you are supposed to show the butterfly shaped central canal. So the central canal is of butterfly shaped. So like this, you need to make the central canal. First, always go with the dots. After getting a proper and perfect shape, then you can join the lines of it and bring it. So this is the central canal of spinal cord, which I am drawing. Actually, this is opposite to that of the brain, where so the outer part, it consists of white matter. So this part, it consists of white matter, and whereas inside the butterfly shaped central canal, so it consists of gray matter. But whereas in brain, the cortex portion consists of gray matter, whereas the deeper parts of the cerebrum, it consists of white matter. So like this. Now, along with that, you need to show the ganglia on the spinal nerves, like the nerve that which is originating. See, this central canal of the spinal cord, it consists of two roots. One is, this is called as dorsal root, and whereas this is called as ventral root or ventral horn, dorsal horn, and then ventral horn, dorsal horn and ventral horn. So from the dorsal horn, spinal nerve arises, and even from ventral horn also, spinal nerve arises. Spinal nerve arises. So dorsal root ganglion and then ventral root ganglion. So that which are leading to dorsal root spinal nerve or ventral root spinal nerve. So like this, what are the parts here? So this is, it contains white matter, and this is the central canal of spinal cord, which is butterfly shaped, and inside this gray matter is present. gray matter, and this is called as dorsal horn, and the spinal nerve, whatever arising from this is called as dorsal spinal nerve or dorsal root ganglion, and this is ventral horn, dorsal horn, and then ventral horn, and whatever the nerve that which is arising, so this can be called as ventral root nerve or ventral spinal nerve, ventral root or ventral spinal nerve. So these are the important points that which you are supposed to label in transfer section of spinal cord. So you can see that spinal cord transfer section, even the spinal canal or the spinal cord, during its transfer section, it will show the central canal that which is of butterfly shaped structure. So this butterfly shaped structure, inside it consists of gray matter and outside it consists of what? White matter, and it consists of 2 dorsal horns and even 2 ventral horns, and whatever the ganglia that which arise from the dorsal horn can be called as dorsal root ganglion, and whatever the ganglia that which arises from ventral horn that can be called as what? Ventral root ganglion, and this is dorsal spinal nerve, and this is ventral spinal nerve. So this is the label diagram of TS of spinal cord. So like this, at least 5 important points you are supposed to label along with the diagram. So this carries 4 marks. Transfer section of spinal cord, it carries 4 marks. And after this diagram, next we are moving to pelvic girdle, which you got in your exam, structure of pelvic girdle. So hope that everyone you have finished this diagram, drawing this diagram. So in a simple way, you can represent like this. It is very easy for you to draw. Yes. The next coming to pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle is a part of appendicular skeleton. Pelvic girdle is a part of appendicular skeleton, and it consists of 2 coxal bones, where each coxal bone is made up of again with 3 bones, that is ilium, ischium, and then pubis. Ilium, ischium, and then pubis. So now diagram of pelvic girdle. Diagram of pelvic girdle. So mainly in the pelvic girdle diagram, first of all, you are supposed to start from the sacrum portion. So start from sacrum portion so that it will become easy for you. So start like this from the sacrum portion. So showing even. So like this, start from the sacrum portion, and next here the portion where the 2 coxal bones meet together, that is pubic symphysis portion, next you show, so that the diagram will become easy. So first you can draw the structure like this. And after that, you can show the ileum and ischium portions. After that, you can show the ileum and ischium portions. So this one little more you can bring like this. So ileum, and again here for the acetabulum you can show. So like this on the right side and even on the left side. It has come little cross, so I'm erasing and drawing again. So this ileum part, ileum bone, you need to show meeting at in order to form the pubic symphysis. So like this, two portions you should show, ileum and then ischium portions. And even you need to show some space for the acetabulum. So like this, first sacrum portion you are supposed to draw, and after that you can show the ileum and then ischium bones. Ileum and then ischium bones you can show. Hope that you people are drawing simultaneously. So now show the acetabulum. So acetabulum. Acetabulum. So this is ileum, ileum, and this bone is ischium, ileum, ischium, and this is what? Sacrum, and this is acetabulum. So acetabulum is a cavity. Acetabulum is a cavity, and a place where both these coxal bones are meeting together along with the sacrum. So that can be called as what? Pubic symphysis. That can be called as pubic symphysis. So this is the place where the two coxal bones are meeting together. So that's why this can be called as pubic symphysis. See, sacrum and this is what? Coccyx. So sacrum and then coccyx. Coccyx is tailbone. So this portion is coccyx. So like this, you should show ileum, ischium, ileum, ischium, and pubis together forms coxal bone. So ileum, ischium, and pubis together form a coxal bone. So the two coxal bones along with the sacrum ending up with coccyx together form as pubic symphysis. Together form as pubic symphysis, and here you can show a cavity which is called as acetabulum. So this acetabulum, it forms as a cavity. So whenever it is forming a joint with the femur, thigh bone, with the femur, that is thigh bone. So ilium, and here this is pubis. Pubis, ilium, pubis, ischium. So three bones, ilium, pubis, and then ischium together form a coxal bone, and right side of the coxal bone and left side of the coxal bone. So both the coxal bones are meeting together with the sacrum ending up with coccyx together forming a structure called as pubic symphysis. So it looks like a girdle. So it looks like a girdle. So like this, you are supposed to draw the picture of pelvic girdle, diagram of pelvic girdle. So hope that everyone is drawing this diagram. So first always draw the sacrum portion. So this sacrum portion you are supposed to draw. Then show the meeting. For the meeting, no, the pubic symphysis, whatever you draw. So then show the bones like ilium, then pubis, and then this ischium bone. So ilium, pubis, and ischium. Ilium, pubis, and ischium. And meeting the two coxal bones. So the meeting portion, that is pubic symphysis, thereby together it will form along with the sacrum ending up with coccyx. And finally you show the cavity, so which is called as acetabulum. So the cavity that which helps in the formation of the joint. So between this coxal bone, that means hip bone, and the femur bone, that is the thigh bone, that which comes in contact with together to form a joint. So this is the structure of pelvic girdle. So any doubt in the picture or diagram of this pelvic girdle, you can ask me. You can raise your hand so that we will unmute. Otherwise, finally also you can do this. So definitely you need to mention the parts like ilium, pubis, ischium, acetabulum, and pubic symphysis. At least these 5 parts definitely you need to label without fail. So the next, coming to structure of synovial joint with label diagram. So there, along with the answer, you need to present the diagram. So these things, spinal cord and pelvic girdle only diagram. But when it comes to synovial joint, along with the synovial joint diagram, you are supposed to even mention the answer also. So let us go with the next one. Hope that you have completed this diagram, everyone. So the next, structure of synovial joint. Structure of synovial joint with the labeled diagram. So first let me give the explanation. After that, based on that, you can draw the diagram. So what is the synovial joint? So we have different types of joints. In that, synovial joint is one of the important joint that which helps in free movement of different joints of the body. So the synovial joint, first of all, it consists of two layers, where it can be called as a joint capsule. So the two layers together will form the joint capsule for the synovial joint. Always joint means what? Where the two bones meet together. So joint is formed by the union of two bones. So now the two bones are covered by means of two layers, which together form as what? Joint capsule. And in these two layers, the first one is called as outer layer. So the first one is called as outer layer. So this outer layer, it consists of dense fibrous connective tissue. So the outer layer is made up of with what? Dense fibrous connective tissue and collagen fibers. So outer layer is made up of with dense fibrous connective tissue and collagen fibers, where this collagen fibers, they are arranged in the form of bundles. So the collagen fibers are arranged in the form of bundles, and this collagen fibers which are arranged in the form of the bundles, so they only help in stretch resistant. So that means they help in stretching the joint, and again so it helps in the process of stretching. It helps in the process of stretching. And apart from that, whatever the inner layer which is present in the synovial joint. So the inner layer which is present in the synovial joint, it is made up of with what? So it is made up of with elastic fibers. So there in the outer layers, collagen fibers are present. So but whereas in the inner layer, elastic fibers are present along with the areolar tissue. Elastic fibers and areolar tissue is present. So elastic fibers and areolar tissue, so that which help in secreting. So here this only secretes the fluid called as synovial fluid. So the inner layer made up of with areolar tissue with elastic fibers, it secretes a fluid. It secretes a fluid which is called as synovial fluid. And this synovial fluid, mainly it consists of a component called as hyaluronic acid. It consists of a component called as hyaluronic acid. And not only that, synovial fluid, it is acting as a lubricant. So thereby preventing the friction between the two bones. So that means the two bones will not get ruptured. So they will not get adhere to each other, and they won't get ruptured. And not only that, the ending of the two bones, whatever present, so end of two bones, the end of the bone, each bone, the ending of the each bone, again it is covered by means of hyaline cartilage or articular cartilage. It is lined by means of articular cartilage. Articular cartilage. So the synovial fluid, whatever present, it is acting as a lubricant. So like this, first of all, the synovial joint is the one which is the union of two bones. So these two bones are covered by means of a joint capsule. So joint capsule is made up of with two layers. So the outer layer is made up of with dense fibrous connective tissue and collagen fibers. And this outer layer, it continues with periosteum. It continues with periosteum of bone. You know that the outer portion or the outer covering of the bone is only called as periosteum. So it continues with periosteum of the bone. And here the collagen fibers are arranged in the form of the bundles. Okay, so that which together will form ligaments again. That which together will form ligament. And because of the presence of this collagen fibers only, it helps in resisting the stretching. And not only that, it prevents in dislocation of joints. So that is stretch resistant, and even it helps in preventing the dislocation of joints. And whereas the inner layer of synovial joint, it is made up of with elastic fibers and areolar connective tissue. areolar tissue. So where it secretes a fluid called as synovial fluid, and this synovial fluid contains an important component called as hyaluronic acid, and this fluid, it acts as a lubricant, so that which help in protecting the two bones, so without getting adhered to each other. And not only that, so the end of two bones, that means ending of each bone, again it is lined by means of a cartilage, which is called as articular cartilage. So it is lined by means of articular cartilage. And this synovial joint, again it is of different types. So examples for synovial joint are ball and socket joint, ball and socket joint, hinge joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, pivot joint, saddle joint, saddle joint, and then condyloid joint. So like this, again there are different types of synovial joints. Ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, saddle joint, and then condyloid joint. Like this, there are different types of synovial joints. So all these are the important points which you are supposed to mention in the answer. So like this, you can make no point by point, so that it will become easy. What does outer layer consists of? What does inner layer consists of? Okay, and what are their functions? And what are the examples for the synovial joint? So this completes your answer. And after this, now it becomes easy for you to present the diagram. So now let us go with the diagram. As I told you, first draw two bones and cover two bones with the joint capsule, so that the diagram will become easy for you. As you know, the joint is union of two bones. So first draw two bones and cover two bones with so like this. First of all, show two bones. And even you are supposed to show that ending of two bones, the end of two bones are lined with a cartilage, which is articular cartilage. So here, this is articular cartilage. So the ending of two bones, they are lined with the cartilage. Ending of two bones are lined with the cartilage. And as I told you, you need to show the joint capsule. Joint capsule. So joint capsule made up of with one outer layer with dense fibrous connective tissue and collagen fibers. That outer layer which is continued with periosteum of bone. It is continued with periosteum of bone. And again show the inner layer made up of with areolar connective tissue and then elastic fibers. Made up of with areolar connective tissue and then and now here even the synovial membrane with the synovial fluid. You need to show the synovial membrane which is filled with synovial fluid. So synovial membrane, the synovial fluid is present at the center in between the two bones, that which acts as a lubricant, and this fluid is secreted by areolar tissue, that which contain hyaluronic acid. So which contain hyaluronic acid, and even so like this, you are supposed to show the synovial joint with joint capsule, and even you can show a muscle also, the presence of the muscle, where the muscle connecting to bone, the muscle connects to a bone with the help of tendon. So whenever you draw the muscle, show the fibers, muscle fibers. So the muscle fibers you should show. So these are the muscle fibers, and this portion, that which is covered, getting attached with the bone, the muscle connecting to bone. So this is only called as tendon. So this is only called as tendon. So you are showing the muscle also here. So this is a bone, and this is joint capsule, and this lining is articular cartilage, and synovial fluid, and this membrane, synovial membrane, and along with that, even you can show the ligament, So ligament is the portion that which connects bone to bone. So ligament is the portion that which connects bone to bone. So ligament is a dense, regular connective tissue. So now this is ligament. Ligament is connecting two bones together. So ligament is connecting two bones together. Ligament is connecting two bones together. So like this, you can present. And now inside whatever the cavity present in the bone, that is called as bone marrow. So that bone marrow you can show with, you can dark it. So the cavity present inside, is only called as what? Bone marrow. You can dark bone marrow and show. So the cavity of long bones is only called as what? Bone marrow. So the cavity of long bones is bone marrow. So you can show the bone marrow portion also. By darkening it. So like this you can darken and show. So hope that you have understood this diagram. So content, when you know, you can draw the diagram easily. So first what I have done, I have drawn two bones. And after drawing two bones, I have closed them with a joint capsule, surrounded with a joint capsule. And I have lined the ending of each bone with articular cartilage. And at the center, I have filled it with the synovial fluid enclosed by synovial membrane. And after that, I have shown the ligament, that which is covering two bones together. And even I have shown the tendon also, So this is tendon. So this is tendon, where even a muscle is also getting connected with the bone. You can see here the muscle getting connected with the bone. So this is muscle and this is bone. This is ligament. So this is articular cartilage, and this together is called as joint capsule, synovial membrane, and inside whatever the fluid is present, that is synovial fluid, and this is what? Tendon. So this is the structure of synovial joint. This is the structure of synovial joint. Very important diagram. So definitely now in this exam also, supplementary exam also, you can expect one 4-mark question as a diagram, either structure of tooth or pelvic girdle or synovial joint. So you may get any diagram. Or a skeletal muscle. Skeletal muscle rarely they give. So whatever we have discussed till now, all these are very important SAQs. So every day I have covered 3 SAQs after completing LAQs. So learn all that SAQs, definitely, no doubt, in that minimum 5 or 6, minimum 5, maximum 6 or 7 SAQs you will get. So till now, whatever SAQs I have covered. Apart from that, if time is there, you can go with the other SAQs like synaptic transmission, such kind of. Whatever I have discussed with you, that is at most important SAQs. Okay, so now from Monday, we will start VSAQs. All the important VSAQs I will start. So now, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. You can raise your hand so that we will unmute. Any doubt, children? Some members have joined, no? Sumaya, Tahrim, Fatima, Siddika, and Mr. Safu. If you have any doubts, please raise your hand so that we will unmute you people. No doubts. Okay, practice this diagram. Today, spinal cord diagram, synovial joint diagram. So I have shown you. So practice these diagrams 2 to 3 times, and even pelvic girdle also. Fine. Thank you then, if you don't have any doubts. So thank you.